Hello, welcome back guys to African Lady and a Baby. It's me again, Stephanie Oki. Right guys, first of all, look at my hair. I made it myself. Can you believe it? I feel so good. I can't believe I did this myself, guys. Anyway, yeah, so welcome again guys. If you've just come for the first time, welcome. If you've been here with me since I started over a month ago, welcome back. Right, so today I want to talk about something that I hope helps mothers one way or another. It definitely helped me, and so I'm hoping that I can give that back out to you, and I'm hoping that it would help you somehow. So I want to talk about how to maintain a healthy breast milk flow, increase breast milk. You know what I mean? Breast milk. Yeah. So if you don't know a lot about me, I'll tell you one thing though. My baby is now about 15 months old, 15 months and change, right? And I am still breastfeeding. Don't ask. It's Narnia. Anyway, yeah, but I still do have milk. I still like have letdowns when I'm in the shower, and it literally still splashes far and stuff like that. And you know, it's really contrary to all the things I heard when I just had my baby. And so I'm just here to give you guys some tips to help you maintain your breast milk. First and foremost, I'd like to just state that we all have different bodies, and what works for me might not work for you. And you know, just know that we're all different, but you can give this a try, because everything I'm going to recommend or tell you guys about now is really like, it has no side effects, to be honest. So there's no harm in trying, right? First things first. Are you even eating healthy? Are you eating well? You have to eat well now. If you've just had a baby, the last thing you want to do is not eat properly. Like, you actually have to eat well. And when I mean eat well, I mean try to make sure your diet is balanced. Like, this is how I think about it. Carbohydrates, protein, vitamins, fat and oil. What's the other one? Minerals. Let me not come and disgrace myself here, but you guys know what I mean. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, like, balance your diet. There's another way Oyibo people think about it is they will tell you to think of the rainbow. So red, orange. Hey God, why am I disgracing myself like this? Rainbow, red, Roy beef. Who knows Roy beef? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So you can incorporate all the colors of the rainbow in your food if you are about aesthetically pleasing looking food. For me, I just think of carbohydrates, protein. Anyway, you catch my drift. Eat healthy and just eat well. Like, that always helps. Once you've had a baby, if you're starving, how do you want to get milk to, you know, come out? Like, your nutrition, what you eat is what you're giving out. So you actually have to eat well. Number 2, pump. You have to pump. It's demand and supply. That's what someone told me, one of these nurses, when I just had a baby. You know, breast milk is really just demand and supply. You know, if you tell your body that you need this, it's going to supply it, right? So if you're pumping and you're pumping lots of milk out, and and you should pump after every feed, by the way, not before you feed your baby. So after you try to feed your baby, especially like the first couple of days when even the baby is also learning how to latch on, you really should take that pumping like seriously. So what I did when I had my baby was I was pumping literally after every feed. That's every 3 hours. Yes, that's what I was doing. We were setting timers. whenever I slept off, the nurse would come and knock and be like, right, it's time. And then after I tried to feed and my baby wasn't latching on properly, she would actually like just hand me the pump and be like, go on, pump 20 minutes. So I was doing about 20 minutes of pumping each time I breastfed, whether or not anything came out. I just had to pump for 20 minutes. And that's the key. Like you cannot just say, oh, nothing's coming out, I give up. You know what I mean? Like you can't just say nothing is coming out and so I'm not going to pump milk. You actually have to just keep pumping and 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 pumping like a crazy person. Yes, really, it works. I think it works anyway. So yeah, number 3 is stay hydrated. I don't know. Some of these things almost sound like common sense, but it's really not common sense. Like, it's just not common sense, to be honest with you. Like, a woman who has just had a baby is actually thinking about so much that little things that sound like common sense kind of skip her mind. So it's worth just, if you're even around a woman and you want to help out, these are the little things you can do. Like, just give her water to drink. Let her, help her buy food or bring food to her, if as long as you're not an Ogbanje who wants to bring, but just bring good food to the woman. You know what I mean? I mean, for those of us who are Nigerians, we kind of know what I mean when I say as long as you're not an Ogbanje. It's not everybody you can collect food from when you've just had a baby and things like that. So yeah, we all know what we're talking about. So yeah, stay hydrated anyways. Drink lots of water, lots of water, because breast milk is about X percent. I don't know, I can't remember, but a very high percentage of your breast milk is water. So water is very important. Another obvious one that I think can easily get missed is what we wear. Yeah. I mean, we all want to look sexy 1 week after we've had our baby. We want to bounce back, So I just stopped this halfway to just ask you if you have subscribed to my channel yet and you're watching this. You haven't. Have you liked it? You see? I'm just reminding you. No hard feelings. I'm just reminding you. A lot of us want to bounce back very quickly, and so we end up wearing like really skimpy clothes, tight things. We go back into our sexy bras, and guess what? Those bras are a no. You're cutting off your milk supply. You're blocking your milk ducts. Really, go and buy a good maternity bra. You know what? I'll do you a favor. I'm going to link down below a very nice maternity bra for you. Number 5, rest, sleep well. It's not easy. When you have a newborn baby, you will not sleep. You'll be awake 24/7. You won't sleep. You will sleep, wake up in the night. Ease yourself of stress. I cannot stress this enough. Ease yourself of stress. Like, stress is one of the number 1 things that cuts a woman's milk supply. Believe it or not, it is like, it's one of those things that will just clip on your milk supply. So you really have to rest as much as you can. One more thing is to take your prenatal drugs, or antenatal as we call them in Nigeria. Take your drugs because you need those nutrients. So even when you've had your baby, you still need to, if you're breastfeeding especially, you still need to keep taking your prenatals or antenatals. I don't know if that's what they even call them there, but you know what I mean, like prenatals. You just need to keep taking them because those nutrients are much needed for your baby, because they go into your breast milk and they get to your baby. Having said all of this, I know that some people choose not to breastfeed, but that's a choice. That's a choice, and it's all well and good. It's not like they want to breastfeed and they can't. You feel me? So like, if you actually don't want to breastfeed, that's fine. But if you really want to breastfeed, I think you should do some of these things and just, keep trying. And I know that, yeah, there's some constraints too, like maternity leave sometimes can just be a bit, in a lot of countries, definitely where I'm living right now, it's really not great. And in Nigeria, I also know that it's a bit so a lot of Nigerian companies don't really know that they should provide a nice safe spot for women who are lactating to go and, you know, pump milk for their babies and stuff like that. So when you go back to work, if you don't want to stop breastfeeding when your baby is like 3 months old, just make sure you take a breast pump with you to work. And at the same time, when you're supposed to be feeding your baby, so if you feed your baby every 3 hours, every 4 hours, make sure to pump every 3 or 4 hours. So when I went back to work, after I had my baby, I went back to work when my baby was just 2 months old. I actually was pumping every day. You should have seen the fridge. I had like, or the freezer rather, I had like lots of milk in the freezer. My freezer was just milk, you know, so I was pumping every day. I was pumping 3 times a day at work. Yeah, I was pumping 3 times. So as soon as I got to work, I would pump. And then about 3 or 4 hours later, I'd pump. And then another 3 or 4 hours later, I would pump. Now, I know that a lot of my people in Nigeria don't have the luxury of this, which is just very sad. Like, I don't know what we can do about things like that, but the truth is just do your best. Like, even if it's your car, if you want to go into your car. I know when I was in Nigeria, obviously I didn't have a baby then, but I didn't really like certain things. So I used to go to my car to go and have my lunch. So knowing myself, if I had a baby now in Nigeria, I probably would be doing the same thing to go and pump my milk. I would just go to the back seat, sit down there. And I had a really good breast pump that didn't require like a socket. Like, it uses a battery. I have one. I have one that I can actually like take to my car and just pump. And yeah. So yeah, you can try all of these things, and I just hope it works for you. One last thing, guys. I was drinking this. Can you see it? I will link it down below for you guys. This thing, to be honest, I'm going to give a very honest review. I don't know how much it helped, but it couldn't hurt me to try now. So I was just drinking it, and I was just drinking it just because it's not like I was lacking milk, but I mean, they wrote mother's milk. I saw it. I thought, well, mother's milk, you should do something. And so I was helping, and I've read some reviews about it, and some women can swear that this helps their milk supply. And so it doesn't taste great though. Just be warned, it does not taste good at all. It's just nasty. But if you put some honey and some lemon, which is what I used to do, it does like tone down the rubbish taste, and it tastes good. By the way, this is not an ad. They don't know me, I don't know them. But yeah, I'll link it down below for you guys. And if you want it, you can get it. On that note, loves, bye.